house. They try to get all the dirt off their shoes, but do they track in that dirt, that mud, that sand? So even though you're saying, welcome to our home, you might want to kick them out after they bring in all that sand. Well, we have the AstroTurf scraper doormat that is coming to the rescue. And it's like little fingers at the bottom of the mat, and they basically kind of grab all that dirt, all that sand off the shoe so that it stays right at the door and it's not tracked into your home. So I'm gonna bring back Peter Kilcullen to talk about this. Peter K is in the house. $26.95.
Yeah.
And you're getting one of these doormats. It's incredible because of the quality and because it actually works to keep the dirt and all of the debris out of your home.
Exactly, it's exactly what you said. Just pulling that dirt out so, you know, you don't have to blame your guests anymore like you're saying. Maybe it's not your guests, maybe it's the mats. This is really gonna do a better job at scraping the bottom of their shoes, and then it holds that dirt in there so it can continue to work because it has that depth. It has those AstroTurf blades of grass, if you will, and they do such an amazing job. Right. So we'll be able to show you how it works better than an ordinary mat. Did you want to go through the colors?
Let's go through the colors.
Because we have 3 different styles with this one as well.
Yeah, 3 different styles. So this is your, what you're calling your moon?
The half moon, exactly.
Let's talk about that.
The half moon with that scroll design on the outside, and then we have all the colors. So this kind of charcoal design in the back, that is actually called our flint. So kind of a dark charcoal, which is really cool. And then we have our evergreen, kind of really that traditional green AstroTurf, which is nice. And then this kind of burgundy, that's called our black cherry, which is pretty nice. I like that black cherry. And then sort of our neutral, the beige right there, that is the jute color. Okay. And all of them have that scroll border on them, which is really nice. So a little more decorative, but you see how this with that half moon shape is gonna slide right up against your front door, your entrance, and it really looks neat. So, but we also have 2 other styles which are in a rectangle. So let me move this over. So same 4 colors, but what we have is we have the square design or the rectangle design with the scroll border on it. So this is really new, kind of our traditional mat, but then adding this real decorative rubber border. So that's the scroll, but then we also have a border design that we're calling the lattice. Right. And that's the lattice right there.
They're all equally beautiful.
Exactly, so really neat. But you know what's fun? I'm gonna come back over here. I wanna show you how these work, because I think then it's just gonna be a matter of whatever style you pick, that it's gonna do a great job. So we have a boot here just with some sand on it to demonstrate what this mat can do. So when I wipe it on the mat, you can hear that AstroTurf doing a great job. So it clears the boot, great. But you might be thinking, well, you know, any mat can do that. But the important thing here to know is that that wasn't the first time we wiped our feet, or the second time, or the third time. These mats will hold up to 5 pounds of dirt. So look at all the dirt that's in that mat.
No way.
And it was hidden in there. And so think about what 5 pounds of dirt would be like on your hardwood floors, or your tile floors, or your carpets. Exactly. The depth of this AstroTurf traps all that dirt. So you can hear that, traps that dirt, keeps it from going into the house. So it really is, you know, designed to do what a mat should do. Keep the dirt out. So there, you talked about how it scrapes the bottom of your shoes better than ever, but here's the really neat part. It falls down in between those blades of AstroTurf grass, and you can continue to use the mat over and over again. You ever walk up to the front door and you want to wipe your feet because you're going into someone's house? But there's no clean spot on the mat is filthy. So you're thinking, well, what am I gonna do?
You wanna just take your shoes off immediately.
Exactly, but that's never gonna happen with this mat. So yeah, here's a great example. We saw this earlier. So look, that mud, that's a beautiful mat. Okay, it looks great. That mud is there forever. It's never gonna be able to continue to work. Now our mat will take the mud and dirt off your shoes better. Now you'll think, well, isn't the mud on that mat? Well, yeah, sure, there's mud on that mat, but think about this. You can rinse that off with a hose in seconds. If it's dry, you'll just shake it out like I did a moment ago, but it will trap all that dirt. And when I do this demonstration where I'm just pouring some sand in there, it looks like some magic trick. Like, where is all that sand going?
It's fascinating, really, but what I love is you're showing how much sand, how much dirt, how much debris could be right there at your doorstep. But what's wonderful, you know, about this, these mats are really protecting your hardwood floors, protecting your carpet, because all of this is getting stuck right there in the doormat.
And you know, all this sand that I'm pouring in there, so the mat is still going to function. It's still going to remove that dirt from your shoes, and that's the important thing. And then shake it out or hose it off if it's the winter time and things are wet and muddy. And I'm going to show you, actually I'll put a little more in here, and then I'll show you the back, that it's all rubber. Even that scroll design, I'm using the scroll design right here. This is all rubber. It's not going to degrade. You can leave it out in the weather. You can hose it off. You can rinse it so easily. But it's a better mat because it'll keep working. So I just put a small amount in there, but you can shake all of that out, and you can see that it's still going to work. And I love that scroll design on the outside. And listen to that AstroTurf, and you can see that depth, and you can see it's got that full rubber on the back. So there's no mold, there's no mildew to worry about. I mean, I think it's the perfect mat, I must say.
Well, it's great because it's decorative, it's really good looking no matter which style you get, the scroll, the lattice, or the half scroll. And also, if you have, you know, grandkids that are gonna spend the summer with you, and you know they're gonna be, you know, you live on a farm or you live out in the country, you know they're gonna be tracking in all kinds of stuff. This is perfect to get home because this is larger in size than your typical doormats, and it's high quality and so durable. And the fact that we've reduced it from $39.95 to $26.95, the perfect time to buy this. 3 flexible payments, you actually get this very high quality, durable mat that works to prevent all of this sand from coming into your house for $8.98. So we live here in Florida, so we understand the whole sand thing coming into the house. So if you live anywhere coastal, don't pass this up. Even if you live somewhere where it kind of rains a lot and maybe the dirt and the debris, you know, will be getting to your front door. No matter where you live, I mean, people just, they track in all kind of stuff, and you want to be hospitable, you know, you want to have that hospitality, but you don't want them bringing this all in your house.
That's right.
And you know, some people think it's rude when you ask them, hey, can you take off your shoes?
Right, if you're someone who's experiencing that all the time and you're thinking, I don't want to have to do that anymore. I wish that there was a mat that could keep that sand and dirt out of the house. This is it. Look at that as I shake that out.
Right.
It's amazing. But again, if you do live in the wetter climates, remember, this is a mat that's not going to get moldy. It's not going to get all full of mildew. I mean, if you find yourself, you know, replacing those mats every season or, you know, 4 times a year because they just don't last, and maybe you like the look, and you know, we saw that kind of that cocoa fiber mat earlier, and it's a very nice looking mat, but it just can't do the job. Look at the amount of sand that I got out of that mat.
How many pounds did you say?
It'll hold 5 pounds of sand and dirt, which is amazing.
Wow.
But even with the 5 pounds of sand and dirt in there, you're still able to wipe your feet, and that's the most important thing, that it does a better job of scraping the bottom of your shoes, and then there's a place for that dirt to go, to fall down into these mats. I mean, it is incredible how well they work. Even with the kids who maybe don't spend a little extra time wiping their feet, even walking across this mat, the puppies and all the pets we have walking across the mat, even them walking across it, it makes a difference with this mat. It really is amazing. So all you have to do is choose that color. But then this is, you know, we don't always have this style where it's a little more decorative. And you can see that half moon design is really nice. That's the half moon with the scroll pattern around the outside. So and even that scroll, that decorative area right there, really durable. It's all rubber. But that's a really high-end look to a mat, for sure.
Even when you step on it, you just know you're stepping on quality. So this half moon, so this is the flint, which looks a little charcoal gray. So if you want the charcoal gray, you're gonna just choose the half scroll or the rectangular, the different styles, but all the same colors. And then you have this in the flint, which is evergreen, which is your beautiful green. You have this in the black cherry, which is like the color of wine. And then you have this in the jute, which is your au naturel. But look at the beautiful design. The scroll work makes it look, it does not look like a $26.95 mat. And this is just better quality.
Absolutely.
So durable. It's
absolutely
worth it.
Works better, lasts longer, which is really nice. And I just wanted to show we have the two rectangle designs. This is the lattice border. I think that might be my favorite. So we have the black cherry with the lattice. Again, all rubber, that's gonna last. So we have the rectangle in the lattice, and then we'll compare, again, we have the rectangle in the scroll pattern. So those are your choices. 4 different colors, 3 different styles, but all of them super durable and doing a better job at keeping that dirt and debris out of the house, most importantly.
Yes, it hides the dirt at the door.
Right.
So, Pete, you have one more item.
Yeah,
So,
you can't get rid of me yet.
okay.
One more.
So get rid of all this sand, and then we'll come back and check in with you.
Let's do it.
Okay, I'm gonna go over here and talk about transformation.